Baby Evelyn was just 15 months old when an Amber Alert went out for her in February. The problem was, no one had seen her since December. Her mother, Megan Boswell, told police several stories and told investigators and local television stations that Evelyn's grandmother had her. That was not true. Eventually, Evelyn was found close to home, and the discovery was heartbreaking and gruesome.
The prosecutor said that the defendant in this case threw her baby away just like you throw away trash. So when they brought then that trash can out for everyone to see, it just tells the story exactly what the prosecutor was saying, that this baby was discarded like trash. So heartbreaking moments inside the courtroom as they showed the trash can, the onesie the baby was wearing, the aluminum foil, and several other pieces of evidence. And even at one point, one of the jurors became ill because of the smell that was inside the courtroom because of this evidence, Vinnie.
This is the trash can we found that night at Muddy Creek. Yes, this trash can has gone under what I would say a significant analysis at this point. This black residue is going to be from the lab in Nashville placing dust on it in order to identify any fingerprints. Further, I can set it down. If you can take a look around the rim and see how it looks irregular, that's not the way it looked that night.
When you say irregular, are you talking about the notches that are cut out?
Yes, okay. Yes, and you can see, there's tool marks where the lid of the trash can has been removed.
Okay, and so that is not how it looked when you took it into evidence that night?
Correct.
Okay.
This was a piece of gum that was removed from the inside of the trash can that I just showed you. This is the trash can that was inside the playhouse.
Okay.
And this is the piece of gum that we removed.
And can you explain to the jury why parts have been removed from the bag that you're holding? I believe you're holding up part of that.
Yes, I am. Again, similar to the trash can, this has undergone significant forensic testing. You can see the powder of the residue that would have been done at the Nashville lab. There is insect debris that we found in or on this trash bag. In this bag here, it has sheets of aluminum foil. It has some sheets that are by themselves, and there's a box where I placed some sheets inside this box at a later time.
Okay. And where was that aluminum foil recovered?
It was inside the trash can around the victim's head. This is another piece that's wadded up that has some material on it.
Material? What do you mean?
This is going to be a combination of human decomposition as well as trash that was in the trash can. Blueprint. These are boxes that contain hair that was found on the floor. Is another piece of aluminum foil.
Okay. How many pieces of aluminum foil?
This is one piece.
Okay.
If I open it up, it may break apart.
Right. Because
it was sort of fragile or not a solid sheet by the way we recovered it.
Okay.
But it is one sheet.
Okay. And where was that recovered from?
This was around the head of the victim, Evelyn, inside of the trash can recovered at Muddy Creek.
Okay.
This is the outfit that the victim was wearing that night.
Okay.
When she was recovered.
Thank you.
It is a fleece blanket.
Okay. Any other descriptive things that you can reference to help everyone get? What does it look like?
So it's gray and white, and has a like a running pattern through it.
Okay, and do you know where that was located?
Yes, this was inside the trash can.
Okay, and where was it located inside the trash can?
It was around the victim.
There's a few things that we have to look at when you're looking at this crime scene. As we get closer to the body, you have to analyze that as how did that suspect's DNA or fingerprints get on that? So the trash can itself, is it possible that someone else could have touched that trash can? Yes. Now we're going to use our circumstantial evidence and along with her statements, and yes, most likely she touched that trash can. But as we get closer to the aluminum foil that is actually wrapped around the baby, well, that you can't explain away. That you can't say, yeah, well, I had a trash can in my house and I put it out there and somebody else must have put the baby inside there. This, if there's any evidence on that aluminum foil, that is actually touching the body of the baby. And so therefore, that's going to be much stronger evidence. And that's the same with the gum that's in there. If you're processing that for DNA, what it's telling you is that whomever's DNA is on that gum was inside that trash can, utilizing that trash can. So that's going to be a critical piece of evidence. So the analysis and actually the substrate, so the surface that they're testing, is fantastic for fingerprints and DNA evidence. It holds really well, and so what they'll be able to get from that will actually be, I don't want to say easy, but it's a much easier substrate to get evidence off of those than some other crime scenes that they may be having to deal with.
It's really remarkable that the first search did not result in any findings, Vinnie. So they did a search with the cadaver dog. This was February 23rd of 2020, and there were no findings. And then, of course, it took them till March to end up finding the body inside that playhouse. But they were going off of many conflicting stories that Megan was telling them, and as the prosecutors are saying, lie after lie. And so they were really just going down a bunch of different rabbit holes, if you will, because they were getting such conflicting information.
Dr. Mike McCutcheon, the other thing that strikes me, right? Kelly Craft talked about the smell from those items, right? Inside the courtroom. Yep. Jurors could smell it. So they've got cadaver dogs there searching the property. Are you surprised that if you go back in time, obviously it's way before, that the cadaver dogs didn't hit on the playhouse?
This is going to be a problem. This will definitely be a problem. The cadaver dog handlers, they need to be very specific on where they searched, because I can foresee where this is going to go, where the defense will likely say, yeah, the body wasn't there because the cadaver dogs didn't hit on it and somebody must have put the body there after. I can see that that's where it would be going. So their documentation must be really accurate and detailed on what they did. But after, if the decomposition is, to get graphic, is the smell doesn't go away, and you would be able to smell anything that's decomposing from outside that shed or that playhouse without a cadaver dog. That it would be very common. It wasn't, the baby wasn't covered or concealed to get graphic, to hold that odor in. Just walking by there, I don't know how you wouldn't be able to have smelled anything coming from that playhouse. I think that would have been dramatic, even when they're inside that playhouse.
Absolutely.
If I could, just one more thing I could say. The only thing is, bodies are strange, and it's hard to actually to make every crime scene fit together, because sometimes, and I've had this, where I have a body and it's laying down and there's no odor at all until I move the body, and now the parts that have been say decomposing, now you get the odor. So part of the body can actually mummify and you may not have any odor. I don't think that's the case here, but it is possible. But that first search it's going to come back to us.
Megan Boswell was convicted for what happened to Baby Evelyn. The jury recommended that she have an opportunity for parole in 51 years when she is 70. Meanwhile, it's still not clear why it took so long for anyone to notice this little angel was missing, and why it took so long to find her in the playhouse right next to where she was living. Now, the community continues to mourn the loss of this little angel who had no one in her life to protect her. I'm Vinnie Politan. Thanks for listening.